Footings? What the hell are those? Footings are the base of your foundation. They're what go down first, and they're in direct contact with the ground. Now, the size of your footing depends on a lot of different variables. Location can play a huge part. Local code dictates, the size, the depth of your footing, whether you're dealing with frost or not. We typically spec for an 8-inch thick by 20-inch wide footing. This allows us to check the box of what we need for most of our residential projects. Another factor that plays a huge part is the load. What are you putting on the footing? The number of stories on your building, how large the roof is, what kind of snow load you're going to get, all these play a factor in sizing your footing. Now, the purpose of the footing is to help distribute the load of the building evenly on the ground. If we just put the wall directly on the ground, more than likely what would happen is the weight of the building, or maybe even just the weight of the wall, would push it down into the ground. Now, an easy way to think about this is with a snowshoe. When you wear snowshoes, your feet stay up on the top surface of the snow, and when you take them off, your feet sink. These footings are poured between forms. Basically, they're just boards laid on grade, and a level line is snapped inside, or the boards are set to grade, and you pour the concrete within that. Now, these forms are temporary, and they will be stripped after the concrete cures, which is what I'm up here doing today. They need to be stripped for the footing inspection. Sometimes you're going to have steps in your footing. This typically happens when you have grade changes. Now, the purpose of these is to keep us 4 feet below grade. Here in Nova Scotia, that is the level of our frost line, so we need to make sure that our footing is well below our frost line so that we aren't affected by the frost. If you don't go beneath that frost line and you don't use frost protection, which is a totally different subject altogether, when the ground freezes, there's a good possibility, that the heaving of the ground, freezing and thawing, will actually move your foundation or move your footing and cause cracks in your foundation. So this is a very important part when you're building anything. Another detail that could vary is what kind of rebar you're going to need inside your footing. Again, that varies depending on the load, your location, etc. But in our instance, we do have rebar in there. I believe it's 2 courses of 1/2-inch rebar, and that needs to be somewhat in the center of your footing itself. Now, I am by no means a concrete or foundation expert, so if anybody has any info that they want to chime in on, feel free. Let's talk about it. Cheers.